Picture this, a snug and inviting haven that turns those often tedious moments spent waiting at the bus stop into a rejuvenating experience. Introducing a uniquely designed small habitable structure that not only prioritizes your comfort but also ensures your safety while you relax in style. Say goodbye to the uncomfortable waits and hello to your personal relax on the go. Hey everybody, my name is Isaiah Berry and I'm an architecture student here at Kennesaw State University, and I'll be talking about my first project design that I did this semester, which is a small habitable structure that take you away from those tedious moments that you wait at the bus stop. My design concept to attack this job is to have a unique design that rejuvenate your experience at a bus stop, at a bus wait. A structure that prioritizes your safety and comfort while you relax in style. My next step was to sit down and just brainstorm on different design concepts, on different design structures of bus stops, or different design concepts and structures of bus stations and how they form, how is their design and how is their functioning. And I did run into this one bus station that really caught my eye, and it was called the Interactive Arctic Bus, and it was based in Sweden. It was built in Sweden, where the structure that really caught my eye was where they had these tubes and that was hanging from the ceiling where you can lean in them and you just interact with the bus station. You had lights that was gleaming that to tell you what type of bus is coming, and it really caught my eye. So what I took away from that was the seating and how they used the space for like just leaning, and more so over there was like most people don't really sit down. It was like they usually like stand, so it gave them something to lean against and like just to interact with at the bus station. So what I took away from that design from Interactive Bus, Arctic Bus, was the tubes. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to incorporate that type of design into my own design for me. So what I did was, since it is Kennesaw, I wanted to incorporate like feathers or some type of the mascot inside my design. So I created these feathers where they will be multi-use, where you can be able to sit down and or stand, lean up against them. So the problem that I ran into was the feather. So if you hang the feather down by its stem and where the point of the feather is hanging out close to the floor, and you want them to sit on that, I don't think they'll be very comfortable to sit down in, just because it's so narrow. The second part is, if I fold it into like a wing feather type deal and not be flat, it won't be able to bend up for them to structurally like just to bend up and fold and actually like be able to sit down on it. They'll just have to stand. So the solution I came up for that was, first thing, to flip the feather upside down to where the point of the feather would be hanging down. Shout out to PJ, she helped me with that thought. She was like, why you just won't, how about, flip it up? And I was like, oh, that's, it's good to have good people in your studio. We all have your own ideas just to bounce off each other, right? So after I constructed the chair, my next progress was to figure out how this would be usable. How would they use it? So I have two components on how they would use it. One option is to lean against it, and the next option is to sit down on it. To make this work, I thought about this, how they use the movie theater seats. So when you sit down and then stand back up, it spring back up. So that's one method I use to incorporate in my design. After they sit down, and stand it back up, the seat will fold back up. So I got the seating part down pat. Now it's just figure out how would they be able to stand and lean on it against it properly. Well, the next step I added into and incorporated into that design was before they sit down, if they don't want to sit down, they can unhinge the seat and let it go flat. So it'll be just a flat feather where they can lean against it comfortably. So that's pretty much the design process that I went through on like this specific design that I did want to express to y'all that I wanted to incorporate in my model was the feather chairs and leaning tubes. But I can tell y'all the materials that I used for to make my model, which was wooden dowels that help structurally stand the model up with the cross method, as well as with the wooden dowels. I used them to wooden square dowels. I used them to form and structurally form my roof, the borderline, and for the ceiling piece, I used cardboard, where I was able to punch holes in to stick in each feather standing tube, I just call them feathers to place each feathers in each hole. The next material I used was cardboard. I used that to show the different elevations on the side of the site because we did have like a slight hill, and I wanted to express that in my model as well. I also used basswood to express the sidewalk that was at the site, as well as the platform for the bus station. I used circle dowels to express a tree, as well as a bus sign, where I used the basswood to do the sign and put the poles as the circle dowels. I also used the chipboard as a base plan to glue everything on top. For the road, I used black railroad board, and last but not least, for the feathers and for the scale people, I also used white regular poster board paper, and I also got a 3D printed person in there. Thank you for Sarah for giving that to me. But yeah, that's pretty much all the materials I used for it. Yeah, so those are all the materials that helped me bring this project together. I would say this project was very fun and eye-opening for me to do, just to be able to explore and look at different ideas, to search out, to see what kind of bus station there are, just to be creative and things of that nature. And it was very fun for me. I liked it a lot. So that was pretty much my process on how I went about my first project as architect student here for my spring 2025. If you like those, I'm glad you like them. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like them. And if you want to keep looking at them, subscribe, comment, tell me what you like about it, things of that nature. But thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuce.